Although the conflict in the Middle East is mainly between Islam and Judaism, it does involve Christianity, because Christianity has got an awful lot to say about the conflict in the Middle East. For instance, Jesus is promised to come back. Jesus is promised to return. You know, in a lot of churches they say Christ has died, Christ has risen, Christ will come again. Now that is the belief that Jesus will return. And when he does return, he will return to Israel. And when he returns to Israel, Israel will be inhabited by the Jewish people and surrounded by armies. Now, does that sound almost prophetic, that the armies of the world will turn against Israel? The amount of anti-Semitism I see in the world today, yeah, what else could happen? You've got 47 Arab and Muslim countries that basically want the destruction of Israel. You've got, you know, tin pot dictatorships in South America, African countries that see it as a colonial country backed by the West. Yet really what it is the Jewish people returning home. And the reason they returned home is similar to how they left home. God exiled them and God promised to bring them back. And anybody that opposes their return is actually opposing the one true God. Now this raises some real questions. If God brought the Jews back to Israel, why would he do so if it's going to cause so much trouble? Another question is, if people are opposing Israel, are they opposing God? And the biggest question of all, what God is the one true God? Now this is as simple as choosing between love and hate, because you'd have to be blind not to see what religion is offering love, what religion is offering peace, what religion is offering hope, what religion is offering reconciliation. But again, these are big questions and people need to answer them. So what I would ask you to do is, I wrote this book, From the River to the Sea, and I would ask you to read this book because it tries to answer these questions. Now, I'm not going to be, you know, nice and woke here and say all religions are equal. They're not. What I'm doing is telling you what the Bible says about the conflict in the Middle East. So thank you. Thanks for listening.